Welcome to a brand new deep dive, crafted especially for you.
Hello.
Today, we're taking a really fascinating look at the cosmos. We're using this story called Stories of the Cosmos in English Vocabulary.
Yeah, it's a great piece.
And it's not just about, stars and galaxies and all that amazing stuff out there. It's also about how we use English to actually talk about it.
Exactly. And our source today, it tells this really engaging story about a man named Liam.
Right.
And it cleverly weaves in some really useful English vocabulary related to space.
Mm-hmm.
So our mission really is to pull out the most captivating insights about the universe and also the language we use, leaving you feeling informed, hopefully, and inspired.
Fantastic. So we'll be following Liam's journey. It starts when he's just a kid, completely mesmerized by stars,
Yeah.
and follows him as he becomes someone who shares the wonders of space with everyone.
And along the way, we'll be picking up some stellar English vocabulary. Might surprise you.
Okay, so Liam's adventure, it really starts with something incredibly simple.
Hmm.
As a child, he'd just lie down and look up at the stars. Just imagine that for a second, a whole universe up there just waiting.
It's such a universal beginning, isn't it, that childhood wonder?
Totally.
And it brings us right to our first phrasal verb, look up at. It just means, directing your gaze upwards.
Simple.
Super simple, yeah. Such a common phrase, but it perfectly captures that first moment of looking at the cosmos.
Why do you think that simple act, just looking up, is such a powerful start for so many people's interest in space?
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe it's the scale, feeling so small under something so huge and, mysterious.
Could be.
Anyway, this fascination, it led Liam to join a space science club in college.
Ah, okay.
And that's where he found out about this incredible opportunity. He met a professor, someone with NASA connections.
Oh, wow.
And this professor pointed out a chance for students to visit a top-notch observatory down in Chile. Right, notice those two phrasal verbs there. Found out, like he discovered it, learned about it, and pointed out, the professor specifically highlighted it, like, hey, look at this amazing thing you could do.
Exactly. And lucky for him, Liam got accepted.
Nice.
He travels to Chile, and he described the night sky there as, well, unlike anything he had ever looked into before.
Can you even imagine the difference? No light pollution.
Nothing.
Just pure starlight.
Yeah. Looked into. It sounds more focused here, doesn't it?
It does. It suggests a more intent observation, not just a quick glance. He was really studying it.
Right.
He even talked about seeing the Milky Way as this, vibrant, glowing river across the dark.
Wow.
That kind of direct experience with the sheer immensity of space, it can be totally life-changing.
It really was for him. And then one night, something truly extraordinary happened. He actually witnessed a supernova, a star that blew up.
Yeah.
He saw it light up the telescope screen like, I don't know, the biggest firework display ever. But then came this kind of mind-bending realization, this explosion. It actually happened millions of years ago.
Right.
And the light had been traveling all that time just to reach his eyes right then. This is where it gets really interesting.
Yeah, that's a bit that always gets me, the cosmic time involved.
It's wild.
Think about it. The light from that exploding star started its journey maybe millions of years before humans even walked the earth.
Crazy.
And blew up, such a vivid phrasal verb, isn't it? Exploded with force. It captures the energy.
It does.
And that whole understanding that we're essentially looking back in time when we look at distant stars. It's a thought that really puts our own existence into perspective, don't you think?
Oh, completely. It just flips how you view the universe. And this event, it clearly left a huge mark on Liam.
You bet.
When he got back home, he felt he had to share this sense of wonder. So he started giving talks at schools. He went over space maps with the kids, told them stories about, black holes, planets around other suns, all that stuff.
Went over. Yeah, in this context, it means he reviewed them, examined the maps in detail with the children.
Right.
It shows he wasn't just about the wow factor, but also wanted them to understand, The basic geography of space.
Yeah, exactly. And his most memorable story, apparently it was about a star that was already dead.
Uh-huh.
But its light is only just now reaching Earth.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's unpack this. He used this to explain so beautifully that looking at stars is like looking into the past.
It's such a powerful way to put it, isn't it? So relatable.
Totally. Like getting a postcard from somewhere that might not even exist anymore.
Exactly. The light's traveled across these immense distances, so we're seeing the star as it was way back when. It makes you wonder how many stars we see tonight are actually already gone.
It's like a cosmic cliffhanger. Now, Liam himself, he never actually traveled into space.
No.
But he dedicated his life instead to bringing space down to Earth. Through his stories, his explanations, he became a science communicator.
That's a fantastic path. It really is.
Taking that initial spark, that wonder.
Yeah, and transforming it into a way to teach and excite others. And I bet, even as he got older, every time he looked up at the night sky, that same childhood fascination was still right there.
I'm sure it was. Okay, let's zoom in a bit on some of the cool vocabulary nuggets from Liam's story.
Good idea.
We've already hit quite a few phrasal verbs. We had looked up at, found out, pointed out, looked into, went over, and blew up.
Right.
There's also took off. Now, Liam didn't literally take off in a rocket.
No.
But it connects to that feeling, right? Your imagination's soaring.
Yeah.
Like his dreams of space maybe took off when he saw those stars.
Exactly. While took off means, leaving the ground, it also carries that sense of something starting or suddenly becoming really successful.
Yeah.
Like his passion for space really took off after Chile, and we used zoom in just now, which telescopes do, obviously.
Right, to get a closer look.
And maybe run out of... Thankfully, didn't happen to Liam, but it's a worry in space missions, isn't it? You definitely don't want to run out of oxygen.
Definitely not. And then there's some great collocations, words that just sort of naturally go together.
Mm-hmm.
We've got outer space, obviously, night sky, and shooting stars, something Liam probably saw as a kid.
Right. And other ones from the source, like star system, black hole, deep space.
All the cool stuff.
Yeah. And celestial body. That's a good one. It sounds much more formal, more grand than just saying space rock, doesn't it?
It really does. Adds that touch of cosmic grandeur.
Mm-hmm.
Now, thinking about someone learning English, we were trying to talk about Liam's adventures.
Uh-huh.
There are a few little common hiccups they might run into.
Okay.
Like, instead of saying he saw the supernova, they might slip and say he seen the supernova.
Ah, yeah, that's a really common one. The simple past is saw.
Right.
Seen needs a helper verb, like he has seen it or had seen it. It's tricky.
It is. Or maybe saying something like, the stars are very far? No.
Instead of more natural, the stars are very far, aren't they? Those little tag questions at the end, they can be surprisingly tough. They really can. Getting the right tag takes practice. And another little one.
Go on.
Instead of he looked at the telescope, if he was using it to see something, you'd say, he looked through the telescope.
Ah, those tiny prepositions, they change everything.
We do. Those little words make a big difference.
Okay, now thinking about how Liam actually communicated all this, especially to kids.
Yeah.
He probably used simple but really engaging ways to talk. Like, when he was a child looking up, maybe he often thought, I wonder, I wonder what those lights are.
Oh, absolutely. That phrase, wonder, it's perfect for expressing curiosity, sparking imagination in yourself and others.
And when he was explaining, say, the massive distances in space to kids.
He probably used comparisons, right?
Like, okay, imagine our Earth is just a tiny marble.
And the sun's a big basketball miles away.
And the other stars. Even tinier marbles, even further.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Those kinds of analogies are so powerful. They make these huge abstract ideas much more relatable. And when he used the more technical words like supernova,
Yeah.
he probably paused, just a beat after saying it.
Let it sink in.
Yeah. And then immediately followed up with a simple definition. Like, that's when a giant star, finishes its life and explodes really bright.
Just like we sometimes do when we're explaining something new.
Exactly. Make it accessible.
So, okay, What does all this cosmic chat mean for you, our listener?
Good question.
Well, even if you're not planning on becoming the next big science communicator.
Which is totally fine.
Liam's story, it really highlights the power of just being curious, doesn't it? And wanting to share what you find fascinating.
It absolutely does. And understanding these little bits of English, the phrasal verbs, the collocations there, can really boost your confidence.
How so?
Well, it gives you the tools to talk about these amazing topics like space. The universe sparks wonder in pretty much everyone, right? And having the language to actually discuss it, that can lead to some really interesting conversations.
Absolutely. And maybe on a slightly deeper level, that feeling Liam got, that sense of the universe's vastness, it can offer us a really humbling perspective, but also kind of an inspiring one on our own lives, our place in this incredible cosmos.
Well said. A sense of perspective is always valuable.
And that brings us pretty much to the end of this deep dive into stories of the cosmos and English vocabulary.
It flew by.
It did. We journeyed with Liam from his starry-eyed childhood right through to him sharing his passion. And we picked up some pretty useful English language tools, too.
We did. Now, here's a little challenge for you listening.
Ooh, okay.
Tonight, if it's clear where you are, just take a moment, go outside or look out a window and look up at the night sky.
Simple enough.
And think, what do you see? Or what do you imagine? And then try, just for yourself, to use one of the phrasal verbs or collocations we talked about today to describe it.
Nice challenge. And we would genuinely love to hear what you thought of this deep dive. What part of Liam's story maybe stood out to you? Or perhaps you learned a new English phrase you found interesting.
Yeah, share your thoughts in the comments. We're always really eager to share what resonated with you.
Thank you so much for joining us on this exploration, this mix of stars and words.
Keep looking up, and remember, there's always more to discover out there. And language, too. Goodbye for now.